Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Happy Monday morning to you. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma, and this is what I call my morning musings. Look, before we get into a continuation of our study of the parables, I want to remind you, all you folks out west, I'm going to be in Salt Lake City, September the 11th through the 12th, 2015, of course. I'm going to be out there with Sean McCraney, and who is the producer of The Heart of the Matter, and really looking forward to this. Sean has been aggressively advertising the seminar that's going to be there. Again, that's September the 11th through the 12th, and we're going to be talking about the coming of the Lord in AD 70, right there in the heart of Mormonism. I want you to make your plans. You can go to our website, eschatology.org or bibleprophecy.com, and you'll see an announcement there, or donkpreston.com as well. And so make your plans to be with us. And it would be great to see you in Salt Lake City, September the 11th through the 12th. Okay, we are as we are continuing our study of the eschatology of the parables of Jesus. We are in Matthew chapter 25. And in Matthew chapter 25, 31 and following, Jesus says, when the Son of Man comes with all of the angels, or with the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him. He will separate them one from another as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. Now here's what I want us to see from this very first thing this morning, is the fact that Matthew 25, 31 following really honestly harkens back to Jesus' initial parables in Matthew chapter 13. You remember, Jesus talked about the sower who went out to sow. He sowed the seed. Some fell by the wayside, some fell on rocky soil, etc., etc. But as the seed sprung up, the enemy sowed tares among them. And the servant said, Master, should we separate them out? See, here's the idea of separation between the good and the bad. And the Lord of that harvest says, no, let them grow together until the time of the harvest. Well, what is the harvest? It's the time of the coming of the Son of Man. Matthew 13, 39 and 40. So in Matthew 13, 39 and following, we have the coming of the Son of Man at the end of the age. Does anyone doubt that Matthew 25, 31 and following is the end of the age? Not that I'm aware of, okay? You have Matthew chapter 13, 39 and 40, the sending forth of the angels to do the separation. Matthew chapter 25, the sending forth of the angels, the gathering with the angels. Matthew chapter 13, the separation of the wheat from the tares, and judgment declared. Matthew chapter 25, 31 and following, the gathering of the nations for the judgment, the separation, judgment. Now here's what's so absolutely critical about this, obviously. In Matthew chapter 13, 43, as Jesus said, harvest is at the end of the age. What age? The age in which he was living in. As many translations render that, harvest is at the end of this age. That is Jesus' age, the old covenant age in which he was living. And then he said, then when? The time of the coming of the Son of Man, the time of the sending forth of the angels, the time of the separation of the wheat from the tares, then shall the righteous shine forth in the kingdom of their God. A citation of Daniel 12, verse 3. But in Daniel chapter 12, verse 3, the time of the righteous shining forth in the kingdom at the end of the age is when the power of the holy people would be completely shattered. Daniel 12, verse 7. Now look, folks, you got perfect point-by-point comparison between Matthew 13 and Matthew chapter 25. So if Matthew 13 and Matthew 25 are directly parallel, and they are, then that means that Matthew chapter 25, 31 and following was to be fulfilled at the time when the power of the holy people was completely shattered. When was that? There's no question whatsoever about it. It was in AD 70. Listen, if you want a great study of the comparison between the parables of Jesus and these common motifs of the coming of the Son of Man with the angels in judgment, the time of separation, you need to get a copy of my book, We Shall Meet Him in the Air, the Wedding of the King of Kings. Go to my website, eschatology.org or bibleprophecy.com or donkpreston.com. Order the book, make a note that you saw the offer on YouTube or Facebook, and I'll refund your shipping. Well, thanks so much for joining me for this morning's Morning Musings. Don't forget, come visit me. Come see me in Salt Lake City, September the 11th through the 12th. Would love to see you there. In the meantime, we'll see you on the flip side.